All right, guys, welcome to Ameyaw TV Special 101. Today is not the usual entertainment. We're talking sport, football precisely, and I'm here. The special guest is one of the 8 finalists of the Arsenal World Remit Future Stars competition. You're going to be telling us more about yourself, and because we need to get to know you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so, my audience, myself, tell us about you.
Okay,
Who's
right.
sitting next to
Yeah,
me
yeah.
now?
I'm Samuel Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, youth coach at Manchester, actually, Central Region.
Mm,
Yeah, I coach under 13, 15, and 17, actually.
mm.
Yeah, so basically,
So, how
that's
long have you been doing the
yeah,
coaching thing?
for like, let's say 3, 4 years now.
3, 4 years.
Yeah, probably.
And what motivates you to get into coaching?
You know what? It's all been these kids, the same kids.
Okay.
They actually got me into it because I started with them, bit by bit,
Mm.
and later on it was like everything came out, and so the inspiration, everything came from these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has
so
there
everything.
ever been any challenging points in time where you feel like, okay, I want to quit coaching?
Yeah, definitely. It
Tell
got
us
to a
about
point.
your
Yeah,
challenging times.
one time I'm a footballer actually,
Okay.
but I saw these kids, always following me when I train.
Mm.
So I took them through some basics, and it was like perfect.
Yeah.
So I got attracted to them, and it was like I had to put mine aside, then concentrate on them,
Mm.
because they need someone they can look up to, someone they can, someone who can guide them. And I had already started it, and I can't just
Yeah.
leave them. So it became very difficult for me to decide, but
Yeah.
at long last, I had to,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't be able to leave them.
Mm.
So I chose them. So I had to put mine aside. So
Yeah.
it was one of the difficult challenges, but
Yeah.
I took it. Yeah,
You were a footballer, so
yeah,
what
football.
position were you playing as a
Yeah,
footballer?
I'm actually a winger.
A winger.
Yeah,
So you are
skillful
so you
winger.
are the attacking type.
Yeah, attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, fluent. I'm being called Magic Taylor. That's my name.
Magic Taylor.
Yeah,
Charlie
'cause
Magic Taylor.
I do
More
the
magic.
magic.
More magic. So as a coach, like what formation would you love to, the style of football, your style of play? Is it the kind of defensive type, or you prefer to go all out and get the goals on time?
What the little I've learned about coaching is, I do most of the time, watch YouTube.
Yeah.
That I've not had the opportunity to have a coaching course, so I do most of it on YouTube. But what I've realized is, as a coach, you need to get two formations:
Yeah.
one on away and one you play at home.
Mm.
So if I'm playing home, I actually play 3-5-2.
Yeah.
That's what I play. But if I'm on away, I play 4-1-4-1.
So tell me why 3-5-2? Why is 3-5-2 your
Yeah,
preferred?
so 3-5-2 is a formation that I've really followed, right?
Mm.
And what I've noticed that the kind of materials that I have has compelled me to use 3-5-2, because I really have skillful players, and if I play 3-5-2, I dominate the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that kind of 3-5-2 they used to play.
Yeah.
Mine is a bit different.
Mm.
They normally play three back, but I don't play three back. I play one midfielder, then two centre backs. So the midfield, it depends on how the ball rolls. If it gets to the middle side, the midfielder doesn't become a defender again. He becomes a typical midfielder who supports the 8 and 6. So that's the reason why I play
Yeah, I
3-5-2. Yeah,
really love to,
to see it.
to see your game, you know.
Sure.
And so, tell me, I know you've worked with these kids. There are some players who've got difficulties. How are you able to, help them, players with difficulties? I mean, like, how are you able to help them?
Yeah, like I said, I've been through it before.
Yeah.
I know how it feels like to be a player and going through difficulties. So I do get close to them, make them understand that is how it is. It's not going to be like that permanent. It's definitely going to change.
Yeah.
So if within my capability I can help them, I do help them.
Yeah.
And if it's advice, I do give to them, then motivate them. Then we keep going. Yeah. So that's how I do handle.
But coaches do sort of scout players, Yes. So like, if you go out there looking for players, what is that one thing that make you decide to pick a particular player over the other?
Yeah, that's one big thing. Picking a player depends on how any coach sees the player.
Yeah.
With me, I don't only depend on, maybe a coach will say depend on the first touch. I don't only depend on first touch. I really depend on the role you play when you don't have the ball.
Mm.
It's a very critical thing to look at. So that's what I look at. I first look at the first touch. It's important, but when you have the ball and you don't have the ball, the impact you play in the team, that's very important. So because sometimes you can play as a decoy for others to use you for the goal or something.
But
So
some coaches do base it on like height, physique. They want to see how physical you are. Do you ever consider stuff like those qualities?
yeah, you know something. Let's take somebody for instance, Mata, Santi Cazorla,
Yeah,
Messi himself.
yeah,
I don't think you say he doesn't have the height, so you won't
yeah.
let him play. Yeah. I don't believe in those things.
Mm,
I believe in what you can deliver. If
true.
it depends on the height, I know the angle that I will use the height for,
Mm,
right? So it depends on every coach and how he sees his players.
mm.
Yeah.
That's true. So, which means that you are able to, to tell whether a player has got abilities without just see like a physical looks.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
So tell us about your leadership style. You know, leadership is one key a point when for a coach. You've got to be able to lead the team. So tell me about it. How are you able to put your team together to go all out and be able to face their opponents in grand style?
What I always tell my kids is that discipline is the first.
Yeah.
Discipline on the pitch and
Mm.
discipline off the pitch.
Yeah.
My kids know I'm a disciplined person.
Yeah.
I am very free with them. But when it comes to work, I don't joke with work. I make you understand you have to do this at this right time. So they know discipline is the first thing, and that's what I've been telling them all the time. If you're going to move forward, it's all about discipline. So discipline is my key philosophy that the kids, I'm trying to bring them through.
So let's talk about the competition, the Arsenal World Remit Future Stars
Stars, yeah.
competition. How do you decide to be part of it? How did everything start for you?
Yeah, I think the whole thing was open, I think, around August, right?
Okay.
It was open to everybody.
Yeah.
So I took a chance since I've decided to work with these kids. So I also applied.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the only person in Ghana representing,
And how's it feel like
yeah,
being one man
from
representing the whole Ghana?
guy, yeah. I see the joy
Yeah.
not only in me but in the kids. I actually see my joy in the kids because I remember when I told them that this was all happening,
Yeah.
they were like overwhelmed. They were happy. So that was where I got my happiness. That was how it came from. So I don't know how to put it. It's a great opportunity, and I hope that I win to at least make this kids proud.
I understand the winner gets to fly all the way to the UK,
UK.
beat to the Emirates, and also go learn some stuff from the Arsenal coaching, the technical team. How does it feel like? You're not there yet, but you're like 1 foot there. So tell us how does it feel like?
The feeling is different because I can tell
So
you
something you really looking forward to.
yes, something. One thing that I really want to learn if I get a chance to go there is, how these people we sometimes play with them, and in the latter part, 85th, 87th minutes, and they just I don't know what they use, then they overcome us. That is one thing I want to figure out, how they use their tactics. It's really baffling me because I've realized this thing in the World Cup. That is what has been happening year after. So it's something that I want to know. What tactics do they use to the extent that, in a blink, they will take us out? That is one thing that I want to know what that thing is.
So if you really want one man here to get there and get to acquire all this knowledge, you've got to vote for him, and that's really really important. So you're going to tell our viewers how they can get to vote for you so that you can get to win that.
All right. Please, the name is Samuel Taylor. So you just log into www.futurestars.worldremit.com. You're just going to go there, you see my profile, and you just vote for me. Please let the vote come. That's the only thing I can make Ghana proud.
Just make sure that vote come. Go to the website and search for the name, and make sure we bring it to Ghana, and our brother gets to get to the Emirates and learn some more skills. Come back home, come train our kids here, because there are a lot of talents in Ghana.
Sure,
a lot of talents in
especially in the local villages. Yes.
When was the last time you had a match like your?
Oh, recently. Let me tell you, Black Queens, right?
Yeah.
They went for a tour at Central Region, and they played most of under 15.
Okay.
My club is the only club that was able to win a match against them. We scored them 2-0. We played them like if I'm to 70-30. We outplayed them. So I you would see everything very soon. Yeah, you'll see
So
everything.
whenever you have a match, do link me
I'll
up so I
invite you,
can get to
definitely
come
go and
and
see
then
you
see,
happen.
and you know I could just
Sure.
also start my coaching
That's true.
career.
That's
So
true.
it's been nice talking to you, and don't forget log on to the you gotta repeat that one
Yeah,
more
well,
time
all
so that we
right.
get to
So
vote for you.
www.futurestars.worldremit.com. Samuel Taylor, just vote for me.
So vote for the man Samuel
Yeah.
Taylor so he gets to win this. There's been Ameyaw TV 101, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms at Ameyaw TV. We out.